we are doing today, we're continuing with today, is the prospects of democracy in India. Right? So we completed about one-third of the lesson. Now we'll continue from where we stopped. Okay? So, up to this point, what has the author? Who is the author? That is Dr. Ambedkar. What has he been discussing? He has been discussing the influence of the caste system. The influence of the caste system on democracy. Right? So, India is supposed to be a democracy. That is, they have elections. People, ministers are elected every 5 years. There is voting and there are houses of parliament. But the author, that is Dr. Ambedkar, says just voting, just electing ministers, just building a parliament is not democracy. Democracy means that the people in society, in a society should be mutually helpful with each other. They should help each other. That is when people cooperate with each other in society and they have a common goal which to pursue, then society becomes a democracy. But in India, there is no what individuals do not help each other. Individuals do not help each other. So Indian society is not made up of a number of individuals. Indian society is made up of a number of castes. Okay, castes means there are groups. So you have four main castes: Brahmanas, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, and Shudras. Right? So these four castes, they're mutually separate from each other. They separate from each other. So the Brahmanas do not help the Shudras do not help the Vaishyas. So there are four different. So what happens? There is no common goal to pursue in Indian society because of the caste system. So if you have hundreds and thousands of castes across the country, each caste not helping the other, where is the idea of a common goal? Where is the idea of a democracy? That is what Dr. Ambedkar asks. Right? So the caste system is one of the main inhibitors. Inhibitors means it stops. Main inhibitors to democracy in India. Right? So we stopped on page 47. Look at the paragraph beginning with the sentence, go into the field of charity. Charity, you know what in Kannada you say, dana dharma. Dana. Okay. So go into the field of charity with one or two exceptions. All charity in India is communal. Communal means it belongs to a community. Charity means if anybody wants to give any money to anybody else, he doesn't give it to anybody, he gives it to a member of his own community. That's what the author says. See what is his next. If a Parsi dies, he leaves his money to Parsis. If a Jain dies, he leaves his money for Jains. If a Marwadi dies, he leaves his money for Marwadis. So, what happens? There is no room for the downtrodden and the outcast in politics, industry, commerce, and education. So the downtrodden, they are the majority. Nobody wants to help anybody else outside his own caste. The downtrodden will belong to any other caste. They are not helped. And they are a majority, millions of them. Millions. So what happens as a result? Society remains poor, society remains undeveloped, there is no democracy because of this idea of caste. Okay, if a Jain dies, he leaves his money for Jains. He doesn't leave it for any Shudras. Shudras are left out of the cold. They are ignored. And there are millions of them. Right? So this is how Indian society is functioning. So if you want to say we want to adopt the British system of government, which is a democracy, how is it possible with the caste system in India? That is what the author is asking. Okay. There are other special features of the caste system, which have their evil effects and which militate against democracy. Militate means they actually fight against the idea of democracy. The caste system, some ideas inherent in the caste system, they militate or they fight against the idea of democracy. What are those special features? One such special feature of the caste system lies in its being accompanied by what is called graded inequality. So, caste system means there is graded inequality, right? Graded inequality means what? Grade, you know what a grade is. See, I am in grade 1, you are in grade 2, you are in grade 3, somebody else in grade 4 in school. Grade means levels. As you go from grade 1 to grade 10, standard 1 to standard 10, the amount of information you get is more and more advanced. Right? Grade means levels. So in the caste system, there is a graded inequality. Inequality means what? See, you may have a four main castes. Shudras, we take the Shudras. As I said in the last class, if you open any government website on the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, welfare department, what you'll find is, you'll find a list of all the castes or backward, scheduled castes, CST, back, BT, BC, like that. You find a list of, and there are thousands of them. Thousands. Not just four. There are thousands of, just in the backward castes, backward tribes. Thousands of them. So what happened? What does this mean? This means that some are higher, some are lower. Some castes are higher. Even among the lowest class, you find some which are higher, some which are lower. For example, you have a washermen, those who wear washing clothes, the dhobis. They are the lower caste. Then you have the scavengers. Scavengers means they have to clean the latrines. They are lower than the washermen. Then you have the leather workers. Leather workers means they actually kill the animal like a buffalo, they take the skin off. Now, you see, it's very filthy work. Manual scavenging of the toilets, leather workers. So they are lower than the washermen. Depends on what work you do. Right? So, you see, there is what is called graded inequality. Right? If you are a washerman and I am a washerman, then we are okay with each other. But if you are a leather worker and I am a worker, then we are not. There's the idea of superiority and inferiority. That's what Dr. says. See, castes are not equal in their status. Castes are not equal in their status. They are standing one above another. One caste is above another caste. They are jealous of one another. Because if you are a higher caste, you will have more privileges. So they are jealous of their privileges. They are jealous of one another. It is an ascending scale of hatred. See, hatred means as you go higher and higher in the caste system, no doubt they will show you respect outwardly. Outwardly they will bow and they will say this, that, and the other. Outwardly. But inwardly they hate. So as you go higher in the caste, they hate. It's an ascending scale of hatred. and a descending scale of contempt. What about the higher caste? How do they treat the lowest caste? They treat them with contempt. Contempt means the absolute lowest, not fit to be human. Contempt, right? So this is a caste system, graded inequality, an ascending scale of hatred, a descending scale of contempt, right? So this is the another feature of the caste system. This feature of the caste system has most pernicious consequences. Pernicious means it's capable of doing evil. Capable of doing evil. It destroys willing and helpful cooperation. Right? So once you have this grouping of the caste, there is no helpful cooperation between each other. It destroys willing and helpful cooperation. Okay? I hope all of you are following. What about sleeping? Okay, then next. Caste and class differ in the fact that in the class system there is no complete isolation as there is in the caste system. It's not as though the West is free of this idea of higher and lower, richer and poorer, haves and have-nots. In the West it's very strong. But in the West also there is a system. It's called the class system. Upper class, middle class, lower class. Working class, not lower class, working class. Right? So, in the West also this is there. Those who have the strength, those who have the ability, those who have the haves, they belong to the higher class. Those who cannot, they belong to the working class. Right? So, caste and class differ in the fact that in the class system there is no complete isolation, as there is in the caste system. In the caste system there is complete isolation between caste. I am a leather worker and you are that's it. No cooperation. Okay? No cooperation. In the class system there is no isolation. So in the working class, there is no complete isolation. Speak to each other as equals. They speak. They may have more than these men, but they speak. There is no complete isolation. This is the second evil effect in the caste system. The second evil effect is that there is complete isolation between castes. There is complete isolation between castes, accompanied by inequality. So the car is inequality. One is higher than one is inequality. This manifests itself in the fact that the stimulus and response between two castes on only one sided. This manifests itself. Manifests itself means this shows itself. If you see this inequality between castes, shows itself. How does it manifest or how does it show itself? The stimulus and response. Stimulus means, see if I say hello, that's the stimulus, and the response is hello. See, the stimulus and response. Stimulus is making the other person act or do something. See, between castes, the interaction, if you want them to do something, right? That stimulus and response between two castes is only one-sided. One-sided. What does it mean? See here, the higher caste act in one recognized way, and the lower caste must respond in one established way. See, if I am a Brahmana and every other caste is a lower caste, then I am supposed to act superior. I am supposed to be superior. I will do this to all the lower caste. And the lower caste, they may hate you. You may be feeling contempt and you may be showing contempt to all the lower caste. Ascending scale of hatred, descending scale of contempt. I may be showing contempt to all the lower caste. They may hate me. They may do inward, but they may do this inwardly. Outwardly, how do they do it? They will behave like this. Towards the upper path. That is the acceptable. Right? So you see, this manifests itself in the fact that the stimulus and the response of the own caste. See, I am asking you, if I ask a member of my own caste, can you please, if I ask a member of my own caste, if I am asking a member of the lower caste, hey, the stimulus is this. The response is also fixed. Right? See, the stimulus and response between two castes is only one sided. One sided means the upper caste directs, the lower caste has to obey. The higher caste act in one recognized way, and the lower caste must respond in one established way. Right? Okay, so it's always like one sided. I say do this, you must do that with your lower caste. Okay? It means when there is no equitable opportunity, when there is no equitable opportunity, if by birth I belong to a higher caste, if by birth somebody else is of a lower caste, there is no equality. There is no equitable opportunity. Democracy means what? Democracy means everyone is given equal opportunity. But in the caste system, there is no equality there. It's not there at all. By birth, you are superior or inferior. Okay? So see, when there is no equitable opportunity, equitable means there is no equality, to receive the stimulus from and to respond, return the responsibility. So there is no question of cooperation. I don't ask you, I tell you. I don't see. There is no equality in the castes. Right? So the stimulus from and the return and to return the responsibility from caste is not there. Okay. The result is that influences which educate some into masters educate others into slaves. The result, when there is no equality and one caste is always directing the other, some are educated into becoming masters, they become masters. The others are educated into becoming slaves. Master and slave, higher and lower, superior and inferior. Right? This is the caste system. That's the way it's practiced, that's the way it is. Right? The experience of each party loses its meaning and the free interchange of varying modes of life experiences. Now, they want to form the political parties. Democracy means political parties. How are you going to form a political party which caters to the needs of the whole country? When there is a caste system, when there is inequality, how do you form a political party? What is a political party? Political party means if it forms a government, it must look after the needs of everyone in the country, in the state, in the town, in the wherever it's elected. Must look after where is the idea. See, if I belong to one caste and I'm ruling, naturally I will help the members of my own caste. I won't think about the others. So there's no question of town, there's no question of city, there's no question of state, there's no question of country. There's no question of democracy. Right? Okay. So the experience of each part, the experience of of each party loses its meaning. Right? There's no meaning. Party I am who. No, there's no meaning. Right? Loses meaning when the free interchange of varying modes. So the life experience in life of someone in the lower class is different from the experience of life in a higher class. They can't exchange views on that. They don't exchange views. Can I help you in any way? Okay, could I offer you my service? There's no exchange of any views in the caste system, right? So there's no communication between members of different castes. So where is the question of unity of the country? It results into a separation of society. See, again, it results in a separation of society into a privileged and a subject class. Okay, into a privileged class and a subject class. Okay, who is the subject? In terms of the political parties, see, you all vote for one political party, let's say you vote in another 2 years. Who is the subject, who is the privileged? There are two main political parties. Which is the subject, which is the privileged? What do you mean by Janata? Janata means what? Huh? What do you mean by Janata? It means people. The second, the subject class. Who is the privileged class? The other one. You see? Do you see? Huh? So on a national level, okay. So this is what it educates, results in the separation of society into a privileged and a subject class. Such a separation prevents social osmosis. Osmosis, you know what osmosis is? Osmosis is a phenomenon in science. So you have these streams, streams, water, and they give you this bottled water. They say it's being bottled in the Himalayan streams. Do you know how you get such pure water? They take the river or the stream water in the Himalayas. They put it through a membrane. The membrane, the mesh of the membrane, the net, like a net, is gradually finer and finer. By several millions of an inch wide, microns mesh. As the water goes through this mesh, okay, all the impurities are removed. So, osmosis means it goes from one end to the other. But in society, there is no osmosis possible in Indian society. There is no free exchange of views. Okay, there is no communication. Right? There is no friendliness. Okay. So what happens? Such a separation in privileged and subject class prevents social endosmosis. In society, there is no communication. So social means what? Society. In society, there is no. Okay. Okay, so then we come to the third characteristic, which we will discuss next time. Okay, I hope all will follow. Right?